Starter hit the lever. They're dispatched from the 2200 metre. All-time high is right there. Cherokee Chief with a good position shortly after the start. Jack in the box is well placed and 6 Guns is prominent. Stromboli's on the outside of runners, then All-Time High. Awesome Exo's on the outside, then El Medina. They're followed further back by Noble Flight. Campbell Hall is on the inside of runners, and further back at this stage, Imperious Duke. Greyville mid-division about 9 or 10 lengths off the leader as they slow it down now and move towards the 1300 metre region. Angela's Flame is further back, then Do Re Mi, Cossack Warrior, Sandverd and Speedy Jacks, the trailer 15-16 lengths top to tail. Stromboli takes them along by 2. 6 Guns a second and Awesome Exo's back in third. Then comes Jack in the box fourth. Cherokee Chief is at the rail, being passed by El Medina. Then comes Noble Flight and Campbell Hall. Greyville, Do Re Mi's further back, then All-Time High. Imperious Duke is on the inside. Further back is Do Re Mi, Angelo's Flame, and then comes Cossack Warrior, Sandverd, and at the back is Speedy Jack, 20 lengths off the leader. They move towards the 1,000 metre region, and Stromboli continues to lead it. El Medina's raced up into second with 6 Guns. Then Awesome Exo. Jack in the box is creeping closer, 3.5 lengths off them, then Noble Flight. They're followed by Cherokee Chief, and then comes All-Time High, Campbell Hall. Greyville's on the outside of runners. Then Imperious Duke and Angelo's Flame. About to be homeward bound with about 400 metres to go. Stromboli leads it. El Medina, 6 Guns moves in. Jack in the box between runners. Noble Flight's the outside, then Greyville. Coming down to the last 306 Guns is the leader. Jack in the box, El Medina, Greyville on the outside. Cherokee Chief's on the inside. Jack in the box hit the front from the 200. Cherokee Chief's a runner on the inside, then Greyville. But it's Cherokee Chief and Jack in the box locked together. Cherokee Chief just holding on though, and Cherokee Chief won it. Second, Jack in the box, then Greyville, maybe Sandverd ran fourth. Number 2 will win it, Cherokee Chief. This for Garth Puller, who also owns the Silvano. Number 2 at 7 Rand is Victoria. Second, the tote favourite, number 7, Jack in the box. Third, number 4, Greyville, and then Sandverd, Do Re Mi, Noble Flights. And as we look at this, Jack in the box moves in. Cherokee Chief, a runner on the left-hand side. And these two have a good struggle. Cherokee Chief is with the white cap. Jack in the box is on the outside. As they come down to the last 100 metres, Cherokee Chief just in front from Jack in the box. But Cherokee Chief is going to win race number 5. Until the 6th, back to the studio.
Well done to the winning groom. His name was Nkosi. He got his 1,000 Rand voucher there. So well done to Nkosi, who looks after this individual, Cherokee Chief. He's a son of Silvano. Now, Garth, you own this individual. And last time you took a leap of faith and extended the trip?
I always believed, you know, he was owned by the syndicate in Hong Kong, and he's been disappointing. Lyle's got off and said he hasn't got out. Anton Marcus said to me he hasn't got out. Mr. Ferraris told me that the family only run 1600s, and you always get the exception to the rule. He's by Silvano, and I just believed he wanted further, and I believed he wanted to be ridden quietly. And we learned another thing today: he doesn't like to stick too much. So I took the blinkers off, and the syndicate got out of it. I took him over. I said, look, I will pay for him. I'm quite open, and I'll tell them straight that if they want him back, it's only a pleasure. I'll give him back to them. I think he'll go on and win a few more over ground. They obviously support me, and I don't, you know, it's not always nice that you take over a horse and 1 second and a win. So thanks to David anyway for believing that he needed a few more chances. He's a horse that got badly hurt in the float on the way down from Joburg, and they were going to send him to P, and they didn't want to send him to P in case he got hurt again. That's why he goes in the pens last. He cut himself to pieces, and I just think he needed time to get over that trauma of the trip down here. I thought he won a nice race today, quick it up nicely. There's a tailwind. My tactics were to come from right off them is what I wanted, but because of the tailwind, I said to Luke, no, you've got to change it. Just come out quietly, but you can't sit too far back, else we're not going to learn anything anyway. Good luck to the syndicate. Thanks to everybody back at home, Michael, Sam, Eric, Bishop, Kathy in Cape Town, Wendy, and yeah, it's a team effort. I'm very glad, and like I say, if he carries on improving, I'll put him back in the syndicate's name.
Well done, enjoy the victory.
Thank you very much, and thanks to Luke, a nice ride.
Well done to the Garth Puller outfit, number 2, Cherokee Chief, and Luke Ferraris. He knows him well. He's ridden him on a number of occasions. And Garth just mentioning he was looking for the extra and no whip required, he said.
Yeah, so I don't think he's a horse that likes to stick too much, so I try to leave it off him for as long as possible. And then it started to get a little bit desperate, so I had to give him one. But yeah, he won a nice race, and hopefully he goes on.
It wasn't the strongest of fields. They started to stretch out. Obviously, a few stragglers in behind. Did you have a good run in transit?
Yeah, so he had the draw, so we used that to our advantage, and he had a smooth run throughout, and which helped a lot. And then when he cornered up, he quickened up nicely. And but I don't think he is a horse that is going to go win by about 5 lengths. I think hopefully if he does win again, it'll be by a similar margin.
Okay, he wants to keep the handicapper at bay.
He does that for us.
Well done.
Thanks. Big thank you to Mr. Puller and to my sponsor, Evanshaw. Thank you.
Well done to the combination and all the connections. Cherokee Chief, a nice strong name to win.